It's yet another scandal for Swiss lender Credit Suisse. Several newspapers leaked details of some 18,000 accounts of the Swiss financial giant. Those accounts held more than $100 billion in assets and had been opened from the 1940s into the 2010s, according to the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. Clients of the second biggest Swiss bank included a Yemeni spy chief implicated in torture, Venezuelan officials involved in a corruption scandal, and the sons of former Egyptian dictator Hosni Mubarak. Credit Suisse has denied the allegations, saying the leaked data is being taken out of context. Take a listen.
The matters presented are predominantly historical, in some cases dating back as far as the 1940s, and the accounts of these matters are based on partial, inaccurate, or selective information taken out of context, resulting in tendentious interpretations of the bank's business conduct.
Joining us now is Tom Stocks, Senior Investigator at Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. Many thanks for joining us today. Tom, we have heard the bank's response that this information is dated, it's partial, and it's been taken out of context. I mean, is that an adequate response? Is there any truth in that?
Well, look, the data our consortium of reporters obtained is internal information from Credit Suisse itself. And when we get a leak like this, the most important thing for us is to ensure that any story we publish has a clear public interest. As such, we've only reported on cases where we've made the judgment that the public has a right to know about it and that we have a duty to report it. Examples of that include criminals who've been accused of money laundering or other crimes, including some who've been convicted, corrupt politicians and senior intelligence officials who've held millions of dollars offshore. And there were many others who were in this data leak who we did not report on because we had no public interest argument to do so. So in terms of context, if we consider the goals of public impact journalism, we believe that the cases we have made public are highly contextual to debates around offshore secrecy. And one of the points we've raised is that Swiss law actually criminalizes whistleblowing, even if a whistleblower discovers wrongdoing. And it's important to note also that the data does not go up to the present day, but we were able to confirm that some of the accounts do remain open until today.
Very clear. Interesting. This is not the first scandal to emerge out of Credit Suisse. I mean, only in the last 2 years, we've seen that the bank had to replace its CEO and its chairman, and also it had a role in the collapse of Greensill and of US hedge fund Archegos. I mean, is this raising questions over the Swiss banking regulator as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, Switzerland has long been known famously as an offshore haven, precisely because it offers secrecy and stability in its financial center. That's fine in principle. If you're a successful business figure, great, you can open an account there. The problems begin when you start seeing people involved in crime and corruption opening Swiss accounts. These people should not be able to access the Swiss financial system. And Switzerland has historically been quite lax about letting these people access financial services, although things have improved in recent years. And there have been numerous banking exposés around tax evasion and other exposés recently. This latest investigation is likely to again intensify scrutiny over Switzerland's financial sector in general and raise questions about secrecy. And already this morning in Switzerland, we're seeing the impact with an opposition group of MPs saying they'll raise questions in Parliament to change those laws around banking secrecy.